you're going to be out by a mile. But the Angels are just so Angel that you just feel confident they're going to screw it up.
High fly ball, right field deep. Canseco back to the track, looking up. It is off.
But it's called off. Cut off by Clement. Baseball hits the runner.
Wow, off the head.
Hit his head.
The ball hits over the helmet.
Sosa to his left. Nice play. Spinner wall, but he throws it away. Hits the oh.
Welcome back to the Off the Dome podcast. This is episode 10. 10 episodes, 10 weeks straight. Happy that we've been able to do it. We're all three here for 2 weeks straight now. Zev, Aaron, how are we doing today?
Man, double digits. That's just
It's
awesome.
huge. That's
it
huge.
Feels, it's a big
great
accomplishment. Starting a podcast is hard, and we did it, guys.
Yep.
We did it. Just round of applause. Round of applause. And, you know, after this episode, a little birdie told me that we're going to have 1 million subscribers by next week.
I don't know what that
really
birdie
cool.
was taking, but I like that.
Yeah, no, it's one can dream. It may have been Mickey Gasper in a bar. He told our future. That's what he said.
Yeah, that checks out.
So, yeah. Kobe, how you doing?
What's going on over there?
Oh,
What's he doing?
oh my gosh.
Get it on right.
Oh,
there you
gosh.
go. Nice.
The Knicks are champions. My New York Knicks
Wow.
are NBA champions. You guys catch
Your
that game?
Knicks. I was watching.
I saw it.
Wasn't
a great
particularly
series.
Thrilled. It was a good series for a 5-game series. It was pretty solid, and I guess congratulations to you. You're a LA
thank
New
you.
York fan. How bizarre.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know, you
Mazel
can say what
tov.
you want to say, but I went to New York every summer growing up, visiting family. Love the city, love the culture, hate Boston. That's the most important part. Go New York, go New York, go. Let's do it.
I mean, I went to New York every summer too, and I'm not a New York fan.
Well, you're a Boston fan. Like, that would be impossible. That just could never happen.
And you're an LA fan. It's embarrassing. That's like those people
True,
who
too.
are like
New
what,
York
they're
has never
Lakers-
done anything to
Lakers,
us
Yankees,
in my life.
Cowboys, and Alabama football. Like that's like you.
In my lifetime, what has New York done to me?
Oh my gosh.
Beat the Yankees 2 years
It's
ago.
LA. It's just LA and New York. You can't be a fan of those two cities.
I mean, I'm not like actually a
Yes,
fan,
you are.
but
Yes, you are.
I own a hat.
You posted on your Instagram story for them.
Okay, now we're just making things
It's
up.
weird.
Follow
It's
me at
weird.
Aaron 2 times, and you'll find out that Zev is just making stuff up.
So like your username is Aaron.
No, Aaron 2 times spelled out.
Aaron,
You'll figure it out.
Is it ERIN?
No,
A-R-I-N.
Aaron, like the Key and Peele skit.
Gotcha.
Or actually, if you like check us out on Instagram, OTD Baseball Pod, you can probably find me on there somewhere.
It's ARINTOTIMEZ.
ARIN is how Evan spells it. So
ARIN.
you could roll that way.
Also, Zev, I don't know if you're one to talk about, having a split franchises that you're a fan of, because Zev is the #1 guy to follow just
Thank
about
you.
like every team in every sport. So
See, this is a misnomer. I am a fan of all the Boston teams, and then I loved the A's because I lived in that city, and I liked the Warriors until I really started following basketball, and now I hate the Warriors. And I'm like cool with the Giants because they're in San Francisco, and that's like kind of about it.
you're cool with them? Like, what do you mean? Like, you ran up on them on
Aaron,
the street,
bro,
you
wake
dap
up.
them
We
up?
know
Like,
you're
what do you mean
sleepy.
you're cool with? Yeah. Yeah, he did say before the podcast started he's a little tired.
He's just always tired.
Zev just listing out his 40 different teams just kind of.
That was it.
And I get
that.
that.
That was
me to bed.
it. College, I do got like 6 or 7 teams.
Which is
13
insane.
teams Zev has in the NCAA.
I just never cared about it. It was like, okay, Cal because I'm in the Bay, Oregon because my uncle went there, Vanderbilt because I always wanted to play there.
Why does your uncle's
obviously.
college play a role in your fandom?
Yeah, what?
Because I didn't care. I didn't care about college sports. It was like it was pro all the way, and this is kind of the Bay Area as a whole. Like Bay Area really, I mean, we care about college sports, I guess, but it's mostly pro. So I just found any little reason to root for a team. Michigan because of Tom, obviously, and now ASU. Go Devs.
Go Devs. I was waiting on that one. That's the best one right there.
That's the best.
And
that's definitely
Indiana
the best
football.
one.
Indiana football.
No, don't care.
But they just won. That's like right. That's what
not
you do.
that's not how my fandom works.
Oh,
I don't just hop
okay.
on because they're good. I have reasons.
Yeah, his uncle didn't go there.
Okay.
No.
Oh, that's
uncle,
right.
My uncle went to Oregon. Go Ducks.
Right. All right, let's get
You
into
did
baseball.
like the Warriors, though.
Let's
okay.
chat some
Cut me
baseball.
off. No,
this is
it's
fun
we're
though.
done.
This is fun. Love the banter. Let's talk about it. The most important part of baseball. Zev, you kind of want to get into this? I know you kind of wrote this question. I kind of want to hear it from you.
Yeah, I mean, so deadline's a month and a half away, and teams are already starting to think about it. Preparing for the postseason is so crucial, and I wanted to hear your guys' thoughts, and I have my my idea too. I wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on what you think the number one most important thing every team needs to have in order to win a championship. Like, is it great starting pitching? Is it a deep lineup? Phenomenal defense? Like, I wanted you guys to pick something. It could be a little niche, but what is the number one most important thing every team needs to win a championship? Kobe, what you got for us?
I went for niche. I spent some time thinking about it. I was weighing my options, but the one thing that stuck out at me is the clutch factor. That is my number one thing that every team needs, but it's a little bit vague. So I decided to come up with a little bit of a checklist, titled it Kobe's Clutch Checklist. Listen in here.
Nice.
The first one that we have is battle in every at-bat. So clutch teams do not give pitchers easy outs when the game starts. Perfect guy for... I'm going to get into that in a second. He has his moment in this. But anyway, battle in every at-bat. Clutch teams don't give pitchers easy outs when the game gets tight. Even if they don't get a hit, you can still foul off tough pitches, work in deep counts, take close balls, and force the pitcher to keep executing, which I think is the most important. Like a 7-pitch strikeout can still matter if it wears down an ace, flips the lineup over, or gets you to the bullpen sooner. That is clutch because it shows that the team isn't just swinging and hoping for the best. They're making every plate appearance count and feel like a fight. So that was my number one thing. Number two, they do not give away free outs or free bases. We saw this was a pretty important thing in the 2024 World Series with the New York Yankees seeming a little flat. A clutch team does not beat itself. No lazy base running mistakes, no missed cutoff man, no routine errors, no walks in like 0-2 counts. Getting ahead in those situations by being tight defensively. I think that makes a team, the teams that have that typically survive longer. Number three, they have different guys creating the moment. And this is where that Miguel Rojas jersey or shirt, whatever it was, comes in handy here. Is it a jersey?
Jersey.
That is awesome.
When did
Got
you
the
get
gold
a Miguel
stitching.
Rojas jersey? Why did
My dad went to Dodgers Giants when I was at that Lakers Thunder Game 4 game. I was choosing between the two. Giveaway. Got the Rojas jersey.
That is
Shout out,
awesome.
Dad.
Yeah. He fits in perfectly because clutch teams aren't relying on one superstar to save them every night. One game it's the 9-hitter working a walk, another it's a pinch runner, another night it's a pinch hitter coming in with a clutch hit. When a team is truly clutch, the big moment can come from anyone. And I think that we've seen that in past years, but some of the most clutch teams don't have one guy that's doing it all. So with those three things in mind, I think that the clutch factor is the most important part of winning a championship in baseball.
I love that take, Kobe. This guy right here, David Ortiz, he is, I don't think this is arguable, honestly. I think he is the number one most clutch hitter in baseball. The Sox don't win 3 championships without him. He was so great in that moment in 2004. Obviously had back-to-back walk-offs in the ALCS. My favorite moment, I think this might be my favorite moment in baseball history, personally. 2013 ALCS, down 5-1 in the bottom of the 8th inning, 2 outs, bases loaded, hits a grand slam off of Joaquin Benoit, flips the script, really just turned that whole series around and propelled them to the World Series and won it for the first time at Fenway Park in 96 years. He's just the man. They don't win without him. You said like team as a whole, Poppy really just had that clutch gene in him. The team didn't need it. I mean, the team was clutch too, but
Have you
Poppy
watched
was
Daniel
clutcher.
Murphy before?
I have watched Daniel Murphy
Dude.
before. You're saying he's more clutch than Poppy? Please. Please.
Look at his highlights from 2015. Woo! That guy was a dog. That guy was a dog. Anywho.
Sure.
I love your take, Kobe. Clutch. Yeah, there's no denying it. Very important. It's interesting. Actually, it's not interesting at all that Zev brought up the 2013 Red Sox. It's kind of like a given every episode that some Red Sox talk is going to happen. But
Naturally.
that team actually, that's one of my main points, in my opinion, of what's the most important thing for a baseball
Oh,
team
Shane
to win a
Victorino,
championship.
too. Shane Victorino,
Yeah.
too.
Johnny Gomes had a moment,
Johnny
right?
Gomes. Mike Napoli.
I was
Steven
going to
Drew.
talk about this team. All right, you want to? How many more? You got more?
Oh, I
keep going.
can keep going?
No.
Dude, Koji with that pickoff,
Cut
that
off.
was clutch. No, I'm not cut off. Now you
Nem,
really
mute
cut
him.
me off.
Tozawa.
Mute him.
Saltalamacchia, Junichi Chizawa. Saltalamacchia hit a walk-off.
All right, we're done. Good, nice. You know ball. Cool.
Even John Farrell, his decision-making was clutch. All right, you can go, Knicks.
My take is that the most important thing for a baseball team to win a championship, I'm going the niche route as well. I think chemistry is the most important thing a team needs. And it's from top to bottom, front office, the roster, the coaching, and even tying in the fan base. You need to win as a group, a whole city, winning for something that means something to you. 2013 Red Sox, you have the Boston Marathon, the whole silly city rallied around.
They're
that
not
team.
a silly city.
It was just natural. It just came out that way. It's a silly city. But they just rallied around that and went on a run and won the World Series. Other examples, the Giants of the early 2010s, they just created years of culture, playing together for years, winning 3 and 5. The 2023 Rangers, Bochy comes in, creates kind of a new spark in that culture. They just go on a run after not being very good in the years prior. Adolis Garcia is just hitting nukes in the playoffs, and the whole stadium is erupting, and he's bat flipping. That's just all chemistry. The Dodgers, over the last 2 years, they're known for that. Dave Roberts, some people question his in-game decision-making, but the players never have one bad thing to say about him. He rallies the troops. They love him. They said that before Game 6 when they went back to Toronto, down 3-2. Roberts racing Hai-Sung Kim before the game around the bases, trips and falls, and it seems like a who cares whatever moment. But players came out and said that Roberts being goofy, showing that lighthearted energy before a stressful game, really just kind of changed the mood. You're down 3-2, going on the road, but the players just rallied around that, and you go on to win the World Series. Knicks, let's go basketball. Knicks have some incredible chemistry this year. They had all those comebacks in the finals, down 29 points in the third quarter. We're going to other sports, but chemistry is so important, and that city of New York was just erupting this entire playoff run. On the other side, you got some other examples. 2004 Yankees, they had been successful for years going to the playoffs, winning those 3 World Series at the early 2000s. They bring in A-Rod, and the media is just all over that tension between A-Rod playing third. You got Derek Jeter. They blow the 3-0 lead to the Red Sox, who had some great chemistry that season. Obviously, every team that wins a championship, you're going to say, oh, yeah, they played great as a team. They have great chemistry. But there are examples on the flip sides of teams that don't get all the way, and you can say, like, yeah, they just didn't have that spark. You hear it. So that's my take. I think chemistry is actually maybe the most important thing to win a championship.
Yeah, I'm curious. I kind of, what you said at the end is kind of something I was thinking throughout the entire monologue there. Is it chemistry is important, or is it more like the teams that win just, they say they have good chemistry, and the teams that don't win don't have good chemistry? Like, is that just like the media portraying it? I kind of think it is, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I think it's really hard to win without it. So yeah, all those teams that win, they have it. They're good. They get along. The players are having fun. You see it. So it's being portrayed that way, but it's also a truth. You don't see a team winning without it. So that's kind of why I think it's a necessity.
fair.
You need it.
That's fair. And you're so right. The 2013 Red Sox just had that chemistry. 2004 Red Sox just had that chemistry. I do think it's very important. Something else that I think is important, arguably the most important thing, is a great bullpen. We talked about it in the past couple of pods. Nowadays, starters just aren't going deep into games, really going 5-6 innings max, it kind of feels like. The best starters obviously go 7, 8, but you don't have a full rotation of the best starters in the league. The bullpen has to be able to back them up, and having a great bullpen covers a mediocre rotation. A great rotation cannot cover a bad bullpen. It's just impossible. You're going to have someone who goes out there for a starter, doesn't have their best stuff, and you need a bullpen to come in and cover those 6 or 7 innings maybe in the playoffs. It's so important. The margin of error is razor thin. It's like you can kind of piece together rotation come October too. Like you don't need 5 guys. You really 4, maybe 3 if you want to go bulk pitcher for that 4th. So having that rotation and being able to just lock down games late as it gets later, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th inning, I think that's crucial. No better team, in my opinion, encapsulates that than the 2016 Cubs. Having Aroldis Chapman in that back end of the bullpen, I know he kind of blew Game 7 there, but having him in the back and having those other guys before him just bolstered their odds so high. And that's important.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
I'm not going against what I'm not going against you at all. I just have a question.
Yeah.
Are you talking traditional bullpen or like whoever you just use out of the pen needs to be?
No. I'm talking traditional. Like I know like Yamamoto, you're going to say last year. And like, so Yamamoto last year and Bumgarner in 14 were like the 2 guys that came to my mind for starters that came out of the bullpen. Chris Sale closes the World Series in 2018. So they have starters that come out of the bullpen. But through the course, you really only see that in the World Series. Like through the course of the playoffs, you're not going to see a starter, pitch the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning of the ALDS. So having that guy that just comes in and locks things down. There's a reason why, at the deadline, these relief pitchers, specifically these closers you're going to see with Chapman this year, they get a huge return. It's so crucial for a team's success in October.
The Dodgers this past season, though, their best bullpen pitchers for every series were starting pitchers. Robleski, Sheehan, and Sasaki were starting pitchers throughout the regular season.
Sasaki not as much, and he was great as a bullpen guy in the postseason. And he came back after he got sent down. He came back and was a bullpen arm. But that's part of it is like that they have these 4 starters that they're going to throw out there for the playoffs, and Robleski's not going to be one of those 4, and Sheehan's not going to be one of those 4. So they move to the bullpen, and they're part of that bullpen in the end. Yamamoto is a starter who came out of the bullpen. That's a little different. I feel like oh my gosh. Gotta take some water here. I feel like Robleski was a bullpen arm in the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, to back you up, the 2024 Dodgers, the year before, their starting pitching was lacking. And their pen
bullpen
won
was
them.
Great. Yeah.
They couldn't have made it without it.
And this is the same you see with any World Series team. There's going to be differences between all of them. Teams win in different ways. So all of the things that we're saying here isn't going to apply to every single team, I guess. And I know the question was what's one thing that every team needs.
Clutch factor's up there.
You said?
But yeah. Clutch factor's up there. I feel like every team shows a piece of that.
They're all important. They're all extremely important. But some's going to be higher than others for each team depending on what it is.
Yeah, totally. No, I like all of our points. I feel like they're all in their own way important. But yeah, no, I think that was a really good question. I'd never really taken the time to like think about that before. So I think that was cool to just kind of delve into what truly makes a team successful. I guess you think about it naturally, but yeah, to take the time and actually write this list, I had a lot of fun doing it. Moving on though,
sweet.
Let's talk about those A's.
Real quick. Actually, that's a perfect transition too. I was gonna say another thing that's important is a great offense. And a guy that's going to be on a great offense come deadline, in my opinion, Hunter Goodman, who just hit another home run for you.
Another?
Wow.
What do you mean for Kobe?
Was that for Aaron?
What do you mean for Kobe? For both of us, bro.
Oh, both of you. Yeah, look at that. You guys both get another bomb.
Right.
I'm your comp. I'm the one that has won the last 3 weeks and tied you in the home run draft. And you're just you got to pay attention to who I got, man.
And I'm leading the pack right now. This is my week.
Yeah, Kobe's winning the week. And they're playing the A's, so that's a good transition, Cope.
Yeah. Let's talk.
Anywho.
Thank you. Trying to segue us. Let's talk about those A's playing in Vegas. A lot of people didn't know. Actually, one of our buddies, Mason, texted me last night saying that he was watching the A's in Sacramento. Had to break the news that they were not in Sacramento. He was watching them in Vegas. He said the stadium looks similar.
The broadcast has that whole Las Vegas graphic.
They didn't do a good job. I feel like they didn't do a good job marketing it. Like they didn't really. I mean, like
they didn't.
Yeah, they didn't let many people know. I knew because I worked there.
They did a terrible job.
Yeah,
they did a terrible job, and I feel like for whatever reason, the MLB this season, and maybe this is something they do every year, and we just don't notice it because they do such a horrible job. They are awful at marketing. Like, we didn't know rivalry weekend was really going on. Did you guys know, like, what, last week or 2 weekends ago was play ball weekend? I don't know what that means, but they didn't market it in the slightest. This week in Vegas, I didn't know that until you brought it up to me last week, Kobe.
Yeah, and the only reason I know is because I had the week off, so I was pretty aware of what was going on. So, I really didn't know much past that. I mean, like, if you follow the team's socials, they kind of showed it. I don't know. It was weird. Like, yeah, it just wasn't that well known. But they were in Vegas this week. They played in their AAA stadium of the Las Vegas Aviators. Just kind of just to give a little taste of what it's going to be like, what life is going to be like once they move to Las Vegas in 2 seasons from now. Or I guess a season and a half now. But it was electric in terms of how much offense was played out. We'll kind of get into that in a second. But I kind of want to delve into what they mean to Sacramento since they've been here. Now, we all knew coming into it that they were not going to be here long. But the excitement around it, Sacramento's a great baseball area. I will fight that till the day I die. This area loves its baseball, loves sports in general. I mean, you talk to anyone around here, Kings are they're not good, but they have a huge fan base, and there's just a love for it because there isn't much around here. Yes, you can go 2 hours and then you get to the Bay Area. But in this area, it's very niche to have that professional team. They have the Sac Republic as well as a soccer team. I don't see as much love for them, but it's not. I'm not too sure of the levels of soccer. I know it's not as high up as some of the other sports, but it's not like one of the national sports like basketball, where the Kings just have a lot of love. And so anyway, having the A's here has been just huge for the city of Sacramento. It's been cool. Although it's in a minor league ballpark. They sell out often. It brings just a new culture of let's go check out this major league team. And for me, being a major league fan growing up in Sacramento, it is so cool to finally see, obviously. But I just think from other people too. I see people and they don't even watch baseball coming out to just enjoy the vibes, see major league players, and it is great for the environment. It's unfortunate they're gonna leave, but they actually are putting in a bid to get a team when the MLB if the MLB decides to expand. They have already announced that, and they have plans. Cool. They have renderings of what they want to do. If you look at Sutter Health Park, the way that they have it is it's just a little off, because the outfield you kind of see the bridge in right field a little far off. If they had a stadium that was just turned a little bit, there's that river that's right outside. You have the bridge. It's not the Golden Gate Bridge, but it's the Tower Bridge. It would create a great set, and then you have the downtown area that's right behind there. It would look beautiful. I think that there is a lot of potential there, and again, like I said, they have the fan base for it. It's really cool. I don't know how high on the list they're going to be of teams that get picked for it. I know there's a lot of good cities that are competing for it right now, but there's a lot of potential there. So Sacramento has really enjoyed the A's, but it's a ticking time bomb right now.
I'm really happy for you that you're getting to enjoy this. The A's, as we said earlier, were one of my just near dear favorite teams. The memories that I had going to that ballpark with my dad, with my sister, my friends, so important to me. Really builds the blocks that I have now for my love for baseball. Everything that I love about baseball came from the Oakland A's. And the Red Sox were just kind of that team that I always loved the Red Sox more, but I didn't watch as much baseball of them growing up because I was going to these A's games and enjoying my time at the ballpark. The city of Oakland misses them so much, and it was such an unfortunate downfall. Everybody kind of knew that it was happening, but we were holding on hope yeah, maybe it won't happen. Maybe John Fisher will just screw it up like he screws up everything else. Didn't end up happening. Now they're in Vegas. Or now they're in Sacramento, moving to Vegas. It's really unfortunate. Again, I'm happy that you're enjoying it, but I wish it wasn't the case.
That's totally understandable. And I'm enjoying it not because of, like, it could have been any team. It's just, again, it's more so the idea of opportunity. I'm more excited about the idea of a potential expansion team, if anything. But, again, it has nothing to do. I understand your pain. Well, not really understand it, but I get your pain. But, yeah, it's just, it's cool for the city of Sacramento.
It's not only, it wasn't only the A's leaving. A's left in 2019, or Raiders left in 2019, went to Vegas. Warriors went across the bay the next year, and now the A's are gone. So in a 5-year stretch, Oakland lost 3 professional sports teams. Like, that's brutal.
Yeah.
That's
rough.
so rough.
Yeah. Let's dive into Vegas, though. That's the future. That's what we're going to be seeing soon. There's some pros and cons. I'm going to start with the pros. The Golden Knights have grown a fan base pretty quickly out there. They won in their first year expanding, and they seem to be pretty popular. A's are going to build a new stadium. No?
They made the Stanley Cup in their first year, lost to the Capitals.
They lost?
But then they won, they won like 4 years later. They won recently, like a couple of years ago. I think their first year was 2019 in Vegas. Okay. And they make the Stanley Cup finals but lose.
All right.
Sorry.
New stadium for the A's. That's going to draw some interest. Everyone every time there's a new stadium in sports, like they advertise it very well. Like, oh, it's new, beautiful, great stadium. That's going to draw some people in. At least in the early years, like while team fans are still kind of getting into it, should have a lot of high scoring. That's always going to be more popular. Playing in the heat of Vegas. Going to have a lot of runs, and the A's current roster is built to kind of thrive in that situation. They got some good hitters and not some very good pitchers. But I think ultimately, I don't know if this is going to work out for the A's. I think the difference between them and the Golden Knights is the Golden Knights were new. They were starting fresh, a totally new franchise. The A's are coming. They already have a deep history, and then they're coming with John Fisher, who everyone knows is horrible, and there's no escaping it at this point. So there's already this bad rep when they arrive in Vegas that they have this terrible owner. And the team hasn't been competing for several years now. And I think a lot of the people of Vegas probably already have established baseball teams that they root for. And ultimately, it's just a very touristy town. So you're going to fill in those stadiums that stadium with opposing fans. That's what happens at the Raiders games. People want to travel to Vegas. It's fun to be there. But you're just going to constantly have opposing fans filling in the stadium. And so I don't know we'll see how it goes. I don't know about it.
I don't think John Fisher cares too much about that, to be honest. I think he only cares about making money, and they will make so much money in Vegas. I also think the difference between the Knights, the Raiders, and then the A's, hockey and football is like just such a fun experience. Football is obviously great because it's football, happens once a week. Everybody knows. The Knights are able to cultivate this awesome time for these fans that come in. They put the projection on the ice. They have a whole pregame show, intermission shows, a ton of entertainment going on. That's just not the same for baseball. You can't do that at all. And I think that a lot of people who come in for those football games and those hockey games, they're just not going to be doing that in the dead of summer. Who wants to go to Vegas for a baseball game on a random Wednesday in July when it's 117 out? It's not going to do that. People fly in for football. You're not going to fly in for baseball during the week. So I don't even know if the stadium is going to be filled. It probably will be filled, Fridays and Saturdays, maybe Sundays. But on a random Tuesday night, like, why would that stadium be filled? I just don't see it happening. And I hope
one thing to note, it is going to be a dome, so
that's true.
Does play a bit of a role in terms of fans coming in to go watch.
Is it a full dome or a partial dome?
Pretty sure it's going to be fully enclosed.
Is it full? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that helps. That helps.
Definitely help a little bit. And also give a different kind of what we were noticing from the Vegas series, a lot of home runs hit, and we even mentioned it here, will it be the new Coors Field of the South or whatever you want to call it? I don't know. I think a dome does play a different role. I don't have too much information off the top of my head, off the top of my dome. Anyway, what? Yeah. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. But I do think that we kind of had a tainted perspective because that's not a dome that they're playing at. So I think that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But I don't think it'll be as radical as it was this past week.
I mean, you see with Arizona, it's a dome here as well, but the ball still flies. I think you're going to see the same in Vegas. Yeah. The ball's going to fly out of that ballpark. You don't have the elevation like you do in Colorado. Although, what is Vegas's elevation? Look at this up.
It's not. I think there is some added.
Yeah, I think there is some
elevation.
Too. It's 2,000 feet above sea level. So that's not low. I mean, what's Colorado? Is that a mile high? Right? Yeah, it is. So it's only 4,000 feet lower. Like it's still high up there. I guess 4,000 is a lot compared to the 2,000 itself. But it's still got some elevation, and it's dry, hot air. I think the ball's going to be flying out of there. I can't imagine any pitcher will want to sign with the A's. Unless it's Kyle Freeland.
Yeah.
There'll be some pitchers.
It's not good for your stats.
I cannot believe Kyle Freeland still just pitches in this league. He's terrible every single year, except he's had one good year, right? Is that what we found?
Yeah,
and they still just trot him out there. He's awful.
Same with Miles
they
Nicholas.
Got him for someone.
All-star. And has not looked good the past
crazy.
4 years.
That's crazy.
To see him, and he dominated that year. I think I had him in fantasy.
He did. He was awesome.
Where did it go wrong? We need to do a deep dive. We need to have an episode dedicated to the fall off of Mr. Nicholas.
Yeah, maybe we should. Full ep. Let us know if that's what you want to see in the comments. Should we get into some of these quick hitters?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I think we should. So last week, Miggy Rojas challenged 3 calls in that bat, went 2 for 3. Earlier this week, Matt McLean absolutely mogged him, went 3 for 3 in that bat against the Padres. Just a great performance. Once again, mogging Miggy Rowe.
Yeah, and you had a tough time, you wanted to you actually dropped him from your fantasy team, and you instantly regretted it, I could tell. And he's back on the squad now, isn't he?
Yep.
So that's
I'm
good to hear.
so thrilled he's back. He stole 3 bases for me in one game this week, helping me win that cat.
Huge.
Pretty good stuff.
Trey Mancini, he made his return to baseball. I haven't heard that name in a while. I've gotten to watch him working at Sutter Health Park going against the River Cats maybe 2 seasons, maybe last season. But he's back in the MLB, and he went 3 for 4 with an RBI and a run. Last time we saw him in the MLB was in 2023, July 31st to be exact.
Nice to have him back.
I really like Trey Mancini. I don't know why, but I've always just been a fan of his.
He's got a good name. I feel like that just you feel like
that does have a good name.
Yeah.
White Sox called up one of their top hitting prospects, Braden Montgomery, who hit a walk-off bomb in his first game. He said after the game, "It's all downhill from here," which was pretty
Is that
funny.
Really what he said? Oh.
Yeah, he said, "This is really as good as it gets. Walk-off bomb, it's all downhill." But
it's true.
that lineup just keeps getting better and better. They've already been hitting well this season. They're going to beat the Dodgers. I think that game's over, actually.
Yeah, they did.
They take the series from
the
LA.
series, yeah.
And they might just be a threat in the American League. Who knows?
38 wins on the year. Kobe, I think you said earlier, they had 37 wins 2 years ago. They got it in September. So 37th
September
win.
20th, I think, is when they got their 37th win. I could be wrong on the date, but still, it was in September.
Wow.
That's rough.
A quick turnaround, though. Crazy story. You just don't see turnarounds that quick for teams that are that brutal 2 years prior.
I think this Crochet trade really helped him. I mean, Braden Montgomery was part of that trade. Kyle Teal, who's hurt right now, but they'll be getting him back soon. I think that just helped him out, getting these young hitters that they needed, because their rotation is pretty solid.
And
Obviously,
somehow
Crochet would be awesome
sneaking
in that rotation.
Murakami, I think too.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
They were not a team on anyone's list that was just going to go sneak in and grab him, and they sure enough did. And like, I don't think anyone thought he was going to be this impactful this quick, but I mean, goodness gracious, for how good they've been, like that is just a crazy piece that they were able to again just sneak out. No one really expected them to be a top suitor.
Yeah, they're pretty solid. I like.
They traded Kopech for Miguel Vargas 2 years ago.
Yeah,
been fantastic.
Great move for them.
I'm happy for
Yeah,
the
their
guy.
trades have worked out.
That Miguel Vargas
Yeah.
had, I mean, he was especially 2 years ago, like, you know, the team that had probably 20 wins at the time. Like, I felt for him, you know, leaving a World Series
That was so sad.
later World Series winning, and they had that. I think there's a video of him 2 years ago of just sitting on the bench, just kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
Like, that's just
So sad.
yeah, but it's cool to see him succeed now. Like I feel like most former Dodgers. I mean, James Outman now is a huge resurgence, getting signed by the Tigers and hitting a bomb. Been seeing his name everywhere.
Huge resurgence. Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming back. We used to compare that guy to Cody Bellinger. We used to.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was the thing.
I thought he
Now
was
look
going
where
to be
he's at.
something, but yeah, still pulling for those
Well,
guys.
Another guy who's having a nice little resurgence this season, who I am certainly not pulling for, Paul Goldschmidt. He's hitting nearly 300. He's got a 370 OBP, 9 home runs for a good Yankees team. He's kind of been exactly what they needed. Like, they lose Rizzo, and he's just stepped right in and picked things up from a couple of years ago. Had a few down seasons, and he's not back to his MVP form by any means, but he's given them good at bats, and I think they are so thrilled to have him.
He's earned himself more playing time too. They just had him playing against lefties early in the
Yeah.
season, and you can't take him out of the lineup. He's playing every day now.
Definitely can't.
Yeah. Bryce Eldridge hit a walk-off grand slam against the Nationals. That was actually a crazy comeback. I'm kind of eating my words
Yeah,
on
it
my
was.
on me hating on the Giants so much early on in the season. They are starting to figure it out a little bit. Still a long season to go in front of them, but I think that a lot of them there were some pieces that weren't clicking and are starting to kind of click. Bryce Eldridge being one of those guys who's just now finally getting the playing time. But anyway, grand slam, huge comeback against the Nationals, and at the exact same moment, Fernando Tatis hit a walk-off bomb versus the Reds. If you're watching Big Inning, I believe, or if you're just watching both games simultaneously, it literally felt like seconds away from those happening at the exact same time. So pretty cool. NL West on top.
Yeah, the Giants have had such a weird season.
Yeah.
They were horrible offensively to start, and now it's like they're good offensively and bad at the same time. They lead the league in hits, number 1 in the MLB in hits, but are 27th in on-base percentage. Like, that's wild.
Yeah, they're not walking.
How is that possible? They're just
hitting.
They don't walk at all. And this stretch where they've been great offensively with these hits in the past month, they have like 11 wins. Like, they haven't been winning games, but they're getting hits, and their slugging is pretty decent too.
Right.
But they don't walk and they don't get on base as a whole. It's so bizarre.
Yeah.
Earlier in the week, Drew Rasmussen struck out Jarren Duran, Ceddanne Rafaela, and Willie Abreu in each of their first 3 at-bats of the game. This is the first time since 1901 that a team has had their first 3 batters of the lineup strike out in their first 3 at-bats each. Rasmussen had 13 Ks on the day. Just more struggling going on in Boston.
It's so typical. Don't even need to get into it more. Talked about it enough. Jose Altuve tagged up on a pop-up to second base against the Angels. Not only is this not the first time he's done this, but I also feel like he does this just because he knows the Angels are going to screw something up. Like, it was short outfield. He's like, put the pressure on the defense, takes off. He's out by a lot if they just make a good throw and catch. He's out by 4 or 5 steps, but he knows the Angels are going to screw something up. Sure enough, they did, and he scored the run. I think that was in extras as well. I want to say that was the 10th inning.
It was. I just watched it. That's insane. Yeah. What? It's just, you're going to be out by a mile, but the Angels are just so Angel that you just feel confident they're going to screw it up.
They're so bad. The old saying goes, I don't know if this is a universal saying. It might be, or just something that me and my dad said. Met's gonna Met. Like, that was what it always was. Met's gonna Met, Jet's gonna Jet. Those were the 2. Angel's gonna Angel. Like, they do the same thing every single year. They're terrible.
Yeah, and recently it's been like
Artie
they
Moreno
get a
used to
little
like
they get a little
them.
hot start, and they get the fans like a little bit excited. I wouldn't say they get too crazy, but they definitely get their hopes a little higher than they were at the beginning of the season, and then go right back to being an angel. The Red Sox. Let's go back to them. They lead baseball in ninth inning runs, but are 0-36 when trailing after 8 innings. Very interesting tidbit. But they can get it done in the ninth inning, just not enough.
Not nearly enough. That's ridiculous. That is absurd.
That seems
I don't
impossible.
I don't know how it's possible. And their bullpen's good. It's just like they give up all these runs, and then they're down by 4 and score 2 in the ninth, and it's like too little, too late.
Or they're already winning, and they're the road team, and they just keep rallying
and
on.
that's happened multiple times too. It's ridiculous.
World Series MVP Yoshinobu Yamamoto was incredible yesterday. He was perfect through 7 2/3 innings until Chase Nemiroff hits a ground ball to short. Mookie just bobbles it, almost like a little bit of a choke job there. Not the first time this has happened to a Dodgers star pitcher back in 2014. Kershaw's perfect through 6 and get a little ground ball to short to Hanley Ramirez. He's charging it and just throws it away. Blows the perfect game, but Kershaw does finish out with a no-hitter. Yamamoto wasn't able to do that. Blows it in the ninth on a Tristan Peters home run. Same thing that happened last year. Blows the no-hitter in the ninth inning on a home run against the Orioles. But I think at some point Yamamoto will have this opportunity again.
Yeah, he's a great pitcher. Every time he goes out there, you have full confidence in him. And actually, when you were saying this, what came to my mind was last season they were playing the Marlins, and like MLB Network, was this last? Yeah, it had to be last year. They were playing the Marlins. MLB Network put up like a no-hitter alert in the first. Actually, this was 2 years ago. It had to be 2 years ago.
It was Greg Amsinger specifically who said it.
Yeah, it was
Greg Amsinger.
Amsinger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was like no-hitter alert, and then Jazz took him deep in the first at-bat.
Yep.
That
was so
funny.
weird.
It was like his third time
too much
pitching
at that point.
for the Dodgers. Like he was really like it might have been second. Like it was really early on in his career.
I think it was just that the idea was the Marlins are just trash, which is honestly pretty valid. I was watching the Giants game a couple days ago, and they were showing a flashback from I don't remember what year it was off the top of my head, but Matt Cain's perfect game was this past week, however many years ago. And just a great pitched game. Like, he was dialed. But that play that Blanco made out in the outfield, oh my gosh. You rewatch it and you realize just how incredible it was. Like, everybody knows it was a great play. It's one of the great plays in history.
Yeah.
Really good stuff.
2012,
Perfect
by
game
the way.
has that play. Said it a few weeks ago.
2012?
Yep. That's what I was
it was
thinking in my
so-
head, but I was
gosh.
like, I don't want to say it without looking it up. Tariq Skubal is already back after elbow surgery, just 38 days after a procedure that normally takes about 2 to 3 months to heal from.
Yeah.
The reason being a tiny nano needle or nanoscope that limits tissue damage. I just thought this was really interesting. It could be a glimpse into the future of sports medicine. Could be something new that we're seeing. I feel like I haven't heard of something this substantial. I mean, 38 days, like practically a little over a month comparative to 2 to 3 months. Like, that's a huge jump. And I don't think I've ever seen that. I'm sure it was more common 40 years ago, seeing, jumps in terms of how long people were injured. But this is something really cool to see, and I'm really curious to see how this plays out in the next coming years. If guys are just going to be maybe on the shelf a little bit shorter now because of some new technology that we've discovered.
Yeah, it was so cool. I'm a little concerned that like maybe they brought him back too early. I mean, I know they want to have as much value for him in a trade package as they can, but the worst thing that can happen is him come back and not pitch particularly well or get hurt again. If he gets hurt again,
Right.
then that's just like, game ending.
Yeah, well, then
And he wasn't
this
that good in
point
his first
isn't
start.
as effective. Like, then it's like, all right,
Yeah.
well, we need to keep working on that.
The one guy that comes to my mind of just like came back way earlier than expected was Bryce Harper a couple years ago. He got Tommy John and was back in like a month and a half, 2 months, something like that.
That was crazy.
And yeah, that was wild. I know Shohei was back pretty quickly too from that. At least he was hitting.
Right. And I think that's a big part of it too. Is like the swing of things can be. I'm sure it's just different, like a little bit easier to recover from that from Tommy John surgery. I would guess. I don't have.
Yeah, especially as a hitter.
Yeah.
Especially as a hitter. Pitcher, that's a year and a half.
Right.
Feels like.
Maybe that'll be next on the list of things to speed up.
Tommy John recovery.
Yeah. Imagine
nice.
guys get Tommy John and they're back in a week. Oh my gosh! All right, that probably won't happen anytime soon, but that'd be crazy.
They just throw on a bionic arm.
Yeah.
Tariq Skubal is the best pitcher in the American League. I think that's undisputed. I think we found our best pitcher in the National League, Jacob Misiorowski. Just an incredible game against the Phillies. Shutout, 15 strikeouts on 95 pitches. You can see it down here in the corner. This first inning was insane. 12 pitches. He's throwing 104 consistently. Strikes out the side against Schwarber, Turner, and Harper. He's amazing. He's just so good.
He's elite. I don't think it's a stretch to say he's the best pitcher in baseball, period. I think Skubal has the track record, but nobody's going better than Jacob Misiorowski right now. That 104.5 to Schwarber, which somehow results in a foul tip. I don't know how Schwarber catches up to that. It's crazy. Fastest pitch for a starting pitcher ever. Broke his own record, which he's broken before. He just keeps adding on. He finishes the game with 103 on the dot, right outside corner, like perfect pitch to close it. He also broke Skubal's record for most strikeouts in Nematics with this 15. I think Skubal was at 13. The guy's a beast.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It feels like Jacob Misiorowski is just toying with those hitters out there. It's like a game to him. So speaking of that, for Jacob Misiorowski, it's time for our game. We're playing Batter Up. If you guys don't know what that is,
It's a good transition,
it
dude.
is a game. Thanks, man. I really
Great
took time to think
transition.
about that. Batter Up is a game where you see, well, you can see it in the bottom right corner here. You got to swing, and you have to guess who that swing is. So here's our righty. You start off by just trying to guess the swing of who you think it is, but then you get these little hints in the bottom below after you.
It's kind of
guess
like
the player.
Wordle. Actually, not even really, but you get your greens and yellows if things are close. Yeah, it's
It's about the only thing that's like Wordle. Yes.
You get your 6 guesses. Each time you get some more information. It's honestly the same game. We could just play Wordle instead if you want.
We talked
He
about
actually
that.
suggested that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I didn't think the baseball fans would enjoy it as much.
Yeah, I agree with that, Gob. Who do
Yeah.
you think we're looking at here? Who we got?
I got nothing. Throw out a righty. Looks short.
Yeah, it
Some
looks short.
righty.
It looks like Mason Wynn.
Bubba Win.
Not Bubba. Okay, so they're in the National League, and I think this means that they're around the age of 24. But
Yeah, it's like within 2 years or
if this
something.
was yellow, it'd be an infielder. So they're an outfielder in the National League who is not American and doesn't wear number 0.
Outfielder, National League. The number is also if it's within the tens. So
Within
if
the
he's
10,
a single
okay.
digit.
So let's throw out any outfielder not in the NL Central.
Not in the USA
let's-
either.
Not American. Dude, I feel like I know who this is.
It seems so familiar, but
It's
I just
not
can't.
Teoscar, but it's information.
Teoscar's good for information. So they are in the West, not from the DR. He's a little old.
He's a catcher.
A little younger.
I think that's what that means. I think he's a
Oh
catcher.
yeah, it is a catcher in the NL West.
He looks
Okay,
like
well,
a
that makes
catcher, like a short,
That
stocky
makes it a
catcher.
lot easier. It's not. It's no way that's Goodman. I don't know, like Susak's batting
think it's
stance.
him.
Gabby?
Who'd you say? Moreno?
Gabby.
I'm always down to guess Moreno. Bang!
Wow.
That is
Bang!
great.
That is not who I was
That
thinking
is
of.
great stuff.
Great guess.
Good stuff, Aaron.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. Gabby
Ball's
Moreno.
crushed. Yeah.
He hit a home run today.
You did?
He
You
did.
did. Let's do another player. Oh, okay. This. You should just get this. I feel like this is such a unique swing.
It's not jumping out at me.
No.
It feels like a lefty, or it feels like a righty Spencer Jones.
Adames?
I don't hate the guess. It's definitely not Adames, but I like the guess.
We need some intel.
There
we go.
Info. Yeah, where's number 2? Oh my gosh, it's Nico Horner.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Great guess.
Nice.
Keep it going.
Nice.
Keep it going.
Let's go.
Let's do another.
We got another.
Oh,
Oh,
lefty.
this looks really.
Whoa.
Jazz?
This is Bryce
Jazz.
Oh, Harper.
Oh my
no,
God.
Harper.
Dude, what?
It is
This is
Harper.
Bryce Harper. Oh, it's not. Oh my gosh, I was really liking
It
it.
looks just
totally
pimped
does
like a
look like
jazz
Harper.
bomb. But it's like not.
It's not Jazz, yeah.
Well, it's NL East. This looks like so
I
familiar.
was so confident with Bryce. Okay, well, infield in the East, single digit, American, not first base. Oh my
Oh, it's
gosh,
an
I was
American.
so confident in Bryce. Is it? I just can't get Bryce out of my mind. I was like
Yeah, I know. Me too.
certain of it.
I didn't see Bryce.
Who do you see, Kobe?
I saw Jazz, but now I'm trying to that's why I can't get it out of my mind. Again, it was just the way he pimped it. Like it had nothing to do with like the swing. It was just like,
Yeah.
oh, cool bat, like
Yeah,
aura.
I totally get that.
Gotta go with Jazz.
Maybe this is someone just not big name and just has a beautiful swing.
A beautiful lefty stroke.
All right. Didn't need to repeat that.
Like Brett Beatty or something? Or is he a first baseman? I guess he's first base, probably.
Beatty, I don't know where he's playing.
He might be
But
third
I like
base
the
in this
guess.
game.
I like the guess. He's 26 years old. Doesn't really help us.
He's a
Not on the
middle
Mets.
infielder?
Yeah, I was kind of getting shortstop from this, to be honest.
Oh, it's Abrams. Isn't it Abrams?
Is it?
It's not bad.
It
Yes.
could be. Not CJ,
It's
but
a
it is
national.
national second
So
baseman.
who's-
Is this Luis Garcia? Isn't he
Is he a U.S.
their
born
second
player?
baseman? But he's not American.
You don't know that.
I think I do.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure
Who
Luis
else are they
Garcia wears
rolling
number
out at
4. I think, doesn't he wear 14?
I do not know Luis Garcia.
Do not
Maybe
have
over
that in my
14.
bag.
Okay, who is on the Nationals infield?
I mean, I was talking pretty
this
highly
could
about
be-
Brady House, but he's not even in the majors anymore. I don't think it's him.
Yeah. This is also, I'm noticing this is from last year, so it can't be someone who debuted this year. I don't know when Brady House debuted. I guess he probably did debut last year. Guys, who we got?
Yeah, this is a tough one. Just
is a
Nationals
toughie.
infielder. Like,
Nasim Nunez.
I don't even think he's hit a homer. Like, maybe ever.
He had one. He had one.
Unless he
I think
pimped
it
a
was against the
fly out.
Marlins this
Oh,
year.
okay. He wasn't pimping it, I'll tell you that much.
Just do Garcia for now. I mean, we got nothing
Yeah.
else. It'll tell us second base or something.
Oh, it is Luis Garcia.
See, I told you didn't know. Just
Bang.
because it's Garcia
I thought he wore 14.
doesn't mean anything.
I also
That dude looks
I gotta
American
see
to
where he's
me.
from. Where is
All
he
right.
from?
That was a good run.
Yeah,
I don't think we deserve another.
No.
That was the last one.
that was embarrassing.
I thought. Yeah, we can't do it.
But honestly, mad respect to anyone who was watching at home and instantly knew that was Luis Garcia Jr. If you're not a Nationals fan,
Yeah,
I guess.
comment below.
Yeah,
comment
that's
if you
crazy.
just
Let me
knew
know
it
if you
was Luis
got that.
Garcia. Don't lie.
Where is?
We
Don't
know.
lie.
Don't lie.
All right, well, we went 3 for 3. Luis Garcia, we got him on our fourth guess. That's pretty solid. It beat 75% of other people, so take that, others.
I want to talk about something that I feel strongly. Just a hot take I have.
Is it about the Knicks?
No, it's not about the Knicks. We're done at the Knicks. It's baseball.
It's a baseball pod, bro.
Baseball.
All right, go ahead, Jalen Brunson.
Something fell. I don't know what it was. All right.
Want to go check on that?
Nah, I just heard something drop.
I don't know. Nothing fell for me.
Yeah, my room's good.
I believe that the Houston Astros will be buyers at this year's trade deadline,
Buyers?
not
No.
sellers, like a lot of people seem to think. The Astros right now, let me just give some reasons. The Astros right now are
hear it.
3 games out of a wild card spot. I don't think that is enough to justify selling and giving up the season. The American League is wide open, and we've talked about it. It feels like all the time on this podcast that the American League is just a whole bunch of who knows what's going to happen. Teams ahead of the Astros in that wild card standings. You got the Orioles, the Blue Jays, the Rangers, the A's, all teams with flaws, and they could honestly do some selling themselves. The Astros, they've been a dynasty for a decade now. They missed the playoffs last year, but they won 87 games and just happened to miss when the AL was a lot deeper and stronger. You got Hunter Brown coming back. The rotation has been bad, but he's legit. He's one of the better pitchers in baseball. Hader is back, holding things down at the end of the bullpen. Yordan Alvarez is the front runner for MVP. I don't think it makes sense for the Astros to just start giving up some of their real players that are helping them compete. They're getting a little bit better. Like I said, you got Brown coming back. I could actually see them bringing in some help, probably some pitchers, instead of trading guys like Christian Walker or Isaac Paredes. That's what I think.
Yeah, I totally disagree with you. I think that that's a really smart front office, in my opinion. They can add while subtracting. There's no reason for them to not trade away Christian Walker, in my opinion. He has one more year in his contract. He's having such a good season that they could get a pretty good return for him. And I think they're smarter than to, just hold on to him, hope that they fully turn it around with 1 or 2 pieces and make a run from there. Because their farm system is horrible. It's not like they just have guys that they can trade away to get studs, and they need studs. This team isn't one bullpen arm away, one mediocre starting pitcher away from competing. They need really good guys to win a World Series this year. I think they are 100% going to trade away Christian Walker. Paredes, I think he's gone too. I mean, if I were them, I would listen to offers on Yordan. I don't think I would trade him unless someone just blows me away with something. But I don't see a reason why they should hold on to Christian Walker or Paredes. And for that reason, they're going to be sellers.
I don't think they need as much as you're saying. I don't think so. I think the lineup is pretty solid. I think you do bring in a bullpen pitcher and a starting pitcher, and in this year's American League, they could make a run to the World Series with that construction. It's going to be hard to beat the Dodgers or Braves, but you can get there. And once you're there, anything can happen. It's baseball.
Yes, anything can happen. It's baseball. But I think that what you just said is the most important thing. No matter what they do, I don't think they would be a top 5 team in the National League. And if there's 5 teams in the NL that I think they're worse than, then they're going to look at it and say, all right, let's take a step back. One. Let's build for the future.
You don't got to go through all of them. You just got to beat the one.
Well, yeah, but you also got to beat the American League teams. And I don't think even with if they make additions, I still don't think they're better than the Yankees. I don't think they'll be better than the Mariners, who I think are going to really turn it up in the second half. Jose Ramirez going down. We haven't talked about that yet. Jose Ramirez going down for the Guardians is so unfortunate. I still think they'll win the division. They'll make a run. But that is rough. So it's really those 2 teams. The Rays maybe we'll see. It's really those 2 teams. I still don't think they'd be better than them. I don't think they'd be better than the Rangers.
No. See, we just have different gauges on this. I think we're undervaluing some of these Astros players. It's just when you see them succeed year after year for 10 seasons and be in the playoffs, and I just can't count them out like that. And like I said, they won 87 games last year. It's not like they're in this drought of not winning. They're still the Houston Astros, and I think if they get in, they have Yordan Alvarez. They could do something.
So
Yeah, I
think
kind of
they're gonna
agree with him.
sell. Yeah, I was gonna say, Kobe, you got to be the tiebreaker. I think they're gonna sell.
I agree with Aaron. And my biggest thing is just like, I mean, I know we've already mentioned it about how weak the AL looks, but if they were in the AL East, they'd be about 10.5 games out. If they're in the AL Central, they'd be about 7 games out. They're in the AL West currently in 4th place, 4 games out of 1st place. That's crazy. The AL West stinks. Every single team in that division is just nothing special. So for the division that they're in, strictly, unless you're the Angels, I don't see any reason for you to need to sell right now. Like I mean, and the Angels are only 7 games back, but they're a bit of a different story. I agree that just over the last 10 years they've been such a successful franchise, and they have the pieces. Their offense is really good. I think there are obviously 2 ways their front office can look at it, but I think that because of what you said of them not having that good of a pipeline, they need to win now. This is their moment. They need to capitalize on the stars that they do have now, and I think that it's in their better interest to go all out right now and try to win rather than sell pieces to get better later. I think that, again, in how this AL has looked so far, they can easily come out of the AL.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think that's the reason, because their farm system is so bad. That's why I think they should restock, get a better farm system.
There's 2 ways to look at it too.
Guys that
Yeah,
are good.
100%.
I mean, I feel like they'd be kicking themselves if they don't trade Christian Walker. They then don't make the playoffs or get booted in the first round, and then Walker has a down season next year in his contract year, and they're not able to trade him anyways. Like that would be brutal. That would set them back 3-4 years, just like that. So
right, it's a risk, but when you look at the AL, I think you can argue to take that risk. That's kind of where I'm at.
And that's totally fair. And it's probably the type of thing that they would do like on deadline day. They'll wait until that last moment. They'll decide where they're at.
There's still time. There's still a lot that can play out. So, yeah, 100%.
I also just think that with Christian Walker, I'm not sure if that return is going to be as great as you're really making it out to be. He's 35 years old.
Yeah.
First base is a deep position across the league. A lot of the teams that are contending, I think they have their solidified first baseman. So I don't know necessarily what they could get for Christian Walker. Been looking around the teams.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you have some options or thoughts, but
I mean, it really depends what team is interested. I think they could get a decently highly rated prospect. I mean, everybody wants. He's still elite defensively. Everybody wants a great defensive first baseman who hits 35 bombs, and he's going to do that this year. I think every single team in the league wants that. Whether he plays first or DHs, that's totally fine. Doesn't matter. A team like the Yankees, and that'd be pretty nice for him.
they got no room.
But again, the return, like, what are you getting for that?
The Yankees can't play him.
Well, they would have to make some other moves, obviously.
Where do you value an aging superstar who's got 1 year left in his contract?
I mean, it's this year
Not
and
even
next.
superstar, an aging
An power hitting first baseman. I think that you could get, like, the 40th ranked prospect, which I want to see. The Astros don't even have anybody in the top 100. So whatever they get is an improvement. A young pitcher. Their farm system, they've always been pretty good at cultivating these guys. I mean, everyone who they won a championship with, they brought up basically through their system. So they have a proven track record of being able to bring guys through their system and make them flourish in the major leagues. I think they're going to go that route, but we'll see. We're a month and a half away. Just right now, who do you think is going to be the biggest buyer, and who do you think is going to be the biggest seller?
I mean, don't we all kind of think the Giants are going to give up a lot of those guys that are on expiring deals and could find roles on other contending teams? I think the Giants are pretty clearly the biggest seller, mostly because they have guys to sell too. It's not just they're bad. Like, they've got a lot of guys that can gain interest from teams around the league. When it comes to buying, I don't believe it, but I want to see the Rays buy so badly. It would be so fun if the Rays made some improvements. It's probably not going to happen. But this, again, the AL, like, do something. You're right at the top. Like, come on, Tampa. Make some fun moves for us.
if they don't extend Yandy Diaz, they are going to trade him. Like,
This
he's on an
year?
expiring contract. Yeah, it's classic Rays. It's so unfortunate.
Dude, I can't see it.
They'll-
I just can't see it.
I
They're 13
I
over
don't know what to say.
500. They're going to give up their.
I know. They'll add and subtract at the same time, probably. It's kind of what they do all year, every year. They buy and sell at the same time, and they kind of get stuck in that middle ground. That's why they're not going to win a World Series, Super Bowl. Kobe, what do you think?
I think it's gonna be your Sox. I think they got a few pieces that can go.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Chapman in some Dodger blue. I think that'd be fantastic. But aside from that, they have a lot of guys who it feels like they just need a refresh. Some younger talent to build around. So I think for them, I think a surprise buyer who at least I would like to see buy is the White Sox. I mean, we've talked about them earlier. 38 wins. They've looked good. And, I mean, they were surprising enough to go for Murakami. Hopefully that front office is gassed up with how good they've been and, maybe get another piece at the end of the bullpen or they get a starter. I don't know if they'll be the biggest buyers necessarily, but I think they'll be a surprise buyer that not many teams, I guess, have seen buying, in a long time. So I think that's one team, or at least I would like to see them go big and buy.
I love that take. I think a similar team to them, the Pirates. They're going to be surprise buyers as well. This O'Neal, we'll see how they do over the next month without O'Neal Cruz. Hopefully he comes back and just picks right up where he's been. But Brian Reynolds has been so good. Brandon Lau has been really good. The rotation is solid. The bullpen got some issues, but overall has been pretty good. I think they can make a little run at the division here. They'll be surprise buyers as well. And I got to agree with you, Aaron. The Giants, they're going to sell their entire team. And they should.
Yeah.
They totally should. There's no reason not to. Matt Chapman, I know he's got a bunch of years left, but he should go. Adames, maybe they'll trade him even. They're going to listen to talk on Devers, Robbie Ray, Luis Arise. They're going to be a totally different team after August 3rd. So, yeah.
Definitely.
With that, that'll do it for the pod. Back-to-back weeks of us three on it.
No.
Not going to do it. Oh my gosh, we have home run draft.
What about those
Cut that
home
out.
run hitters?
Cut that out.
Let's get into the home run hitters.
Yeah, let's do it. Not the end. Let's get into the home run hitters. Guys, I want to start us off this week. I have a pick that I am just so excited about. And that's because he's on my fantasy team. Pete Crow Armstrong is on fire right now. Playing the Rockies, who we all know their pitching is trash. The Blue Jays, a little better, but I'm hoping for a bunch of bombs against that Rockies pitching. He's going to give it to me. Oh.
Anywho. With my first pick, I went with the guy, Mr. Brandon Lau. He is going to Sacramento. I'm going to be able to watch him firsthand. And then he's going to Colorado. He leads second basemen with, I think, 16 home runs, if I'm not mistaken. Hoping he can keep that up. And, yeah.
My first pick is Mike Trout. He has 7 games. He gets the A's and D-backs. I think you guys both took him earlier in the year and got some good value out of him. I've kind of held off. Am I wrong, Kobe? Have you not done it?
I don't know if I got him yet.
I might just be thinking.
Maybe, though.
I don't know. Whatever.
I had him on my wheel, so I don't think I have.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
Anywho.
Anywho.
I'm going to have to put up an anywho counter. Just like a tracker.
Yeah.
For one of
Says
his
it all the
episodes.
time.
I got a few in there.
Trout. Let's do it.
I'm going with a teammate of Trout because I definitely have taken him, and I would have loved to take him this week. Going Joe Adele. Like you said, Arizona, Sacramento. Just
Future
like
Philly.
those Future Philly, Joe Adele. I like the matchups.
Oh my gosh, I did too.
You know Joe Adele as well?
He's on my fantasy team. Yeah, I'll be there firsthand I'll get the notification and I'll be really excited. So I'm pulling for him in two parts of the game.
Yeah, and you're pretty good in fantasy this year, right?
Who'd you pick?
Anywho,
as much as I'd love to continue making fun of Kobe's fantasy team, I'm picking a Kobe
didn't say
fantasy
anything.
player. I'm continuing the streak with a guy I wanted to pick up, Kobe. Haven't talked to you about it, but you kind of picked him up right in front of me. I was going to do it. The Martian, Jason Dominguez, is my pick this week. He's batting second and third, depending on if it's a lefty or righty. They got him right in there with Judge and Grisham out.
Yep.
They're playing in New York. Always a good place to hit. Got the White Sox and Reds. He's trying to establish himself as a real full-time player, and no better way to do it than just hitting a couple bombs right after coming back healthy.
Well, the
Yeah,
Sacramento
you mentioned
Kobe's-
that. The Sacramento Kobe's have a bit of a love-hate relationship with the Martian. He's been on my team. This is his third stint on the team.
This
I picked him
season?
up when he first got called. Yeah, this year. Then I dropped him because he wasn't playing too well. Then the next day, or maybe 2 days later, he hit a bomb. It's like, crap, I made a mistake. Picked him right back up. He got hurt a couple days later. Dropped him again. And this is his third stint on the team. Hopefully, there's a good chance he sticks around. So
He's here to stay.
until Judge comes back. So, yeah.
Who just went deep in that? Soderstrom again.
Maybe not even then.
I am so frustrated I didn't take Soderstrom. I went with Brent Rooker instead. I was kind of choosing between the two. I went with Rooker. Rooker gets hurt after one game. Done. And Soderstrom has 12 homers this week. He's been absolutely absurd on a tear. By the way, the score of this game, guys, Rockies are leading 18-9 in the seventh inning. Talk about offense.
Wow.
The third guy I'm going with is Riley Green. Just going up against terrible Houston pitching. They are awful.
Hey,
so that's something they
Brown.
like we said, you'll need to add. Hunter Brown's back, but the other two, and I kind of like that matchup. Hunter Brown's first start, hopefully is not going to go too well for
He's
him.
a Salamanca slugger, so I'm pretty high on the guy, but I'm feeling good.
He's a Salamanca slugger, which probably means he's not going to pitch particularly well. And then they're playing the White Sox, and they got some decent pitching. Davis Martin has been so good this year. He's so, extremely underappreciated. But the other two, Fetty, not great. I like Riley Green this week.
That's funny you say that because I was debating to take him, but I took another player with the same matchups, Kerry Carpenter. Didn't want to take looks like Aaron seems a little disappointed. Maybe he took Kerry as well. I'm not sure.
No, I thought you were gonna go Devils. Torque.
Kerry went to is ASU?
No, I thought he was going Torque.
No. He thought he was going to Torque. But no, I went to Mr. Kerry Carpenter. Honestly, there wasn't much thought about it. I was just looking through the lineups. I know they faced 6 righties this week, so I was like, let's find some lefties. They actually have a few, and I kind of just landed on Kerry. Really wasn't much thought about it. Hopefully he gets hot. I mean, I like the matchups, but yeah, past that, there wasn't much preparation.
I wonder if there's any correlation between our third place player in the overall standings saying every week that there wasn't much thought put into it. I wonder if that means anything there and maybe has any sort of impact. But
well, how far am I behind you guys? And one of the weeks I spun a wheel that got me guys who were almost guaranteed deny homers.
you were excited.
I'm
to
just
have
saying, I'm
Otto
having fun with
Lopez.
it. At the end of the day, this is a fun
won't be.
experience. You can do as much research as you want, but just like Brent Rooker playing one singular game, anything can happen. So
Yeah,
with that,
nerd.
I'm gonna have fun with it, pick my guys, and hope for the best.
And the best week that Kobe had was the week he didn't think at all about it.
Yeah,
Not
ChatGPT
one
thought
thought.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
so
was-
suck
One
on that.
singular thought.
he
11
used
bombs.
AI.
Mind you.
That's just a cheat code.
How is that a cheat code?
Because obviously AI is gonna know. And it did.
My dad could have told me
Alright,
those same names
Knicks.
if I asked him. Besides the point.
My last
Who's your
player.
last pick?
My last player. It's a parade inside my city. Yeah, Isaac Paredes. Come on.
Oh my
Staying in Houston. What? You don't like that one?
No, that was cool. That was
Kobe.
That was cool. That was cool.
Kobe, you remember when he was on my team when we were at Apollo a few years ago and I was just ripping that all the time? That was great.
I do. I remember.
What a
That was
loser.
silly.
Paredes, 6 games in Houston.
Keep
We
it
went
going,
over
OG,
his
on a newbie.
we went over his home run chart last week. He's got those games in Houston. He's just gonna hit it over that left field wall.
If he hits one, Oppo will give you an extra point.
Yeah, that's a great rule. How about 5 extra points?
Let's
You can
not
take it.
go
Nope,
too
just
far.
one. Just one.
And if he
That's
doesn't
fair.
hit a homer,
Fair is
you
fair.
can get 1 extra if he goes Oppo, but if he hits none, you lose 2.
No, 1 extra
Is that
if
a
he
risk
goes
you wanted to
Oppo. Kobe makes the rules because he's like the leader.
Okay, Kobe, are you cool with that rule?
No, not Zev's rule. Your original.
He can get an extra point if he hits it Oppo.
Loses 2.
I
though,
don't
if
really
he
care
doesn't.
that much.
Okay, so you lose
Nah.
6 if he doesn't go deep. Okay,
No,
so
no,
if he doesn't go deep, Aaron is
Anywho.
eliminated from this competition.
Anywho, wrap it up, Kobe. Take us out.
Anywho.
Thank you guys so much for listening. This was a successful 10th episode. Thank you to every subscriber that we have, all 28 of you. Hopefully it's 29, 30, maybe 6 million by our 11th episode. Thank you guys for watching. Our socials are around here somewhere. Make sure to go follow them. We post on there every single day. And yeah, we will see you guys next week. See you guys.
See ya.
Later.